We're all headed toward that time when we're in a fixed state. And some people in this life reach that place before they die. The Bible calls it a reprobate mind. Here I am back again. All right, let's get this on the road. We're looking at the book of Revelation. Revelation Made Easy, episode 5, chapter 5. What is a sealed book? That's going to be a brief one here. What is a sealed book? He said, opens the sealed book. What is a sealed book? Okay, this is a piece of wax, and that's a wax stick right there. The wax stick has been melted with a candle or fire and made a puddle on the piece of paper. And then this has been done throughout the ages. And then there is an embossing of a piece of brass that's been sculptured. Sometimes it was worn on the ring of a king or a magistrate where no one else could get to it. And when the thing was closed up, that piece of wax was placed on it, and that sealed it tight like that. So when it was delivered, if that seal was broken, then somebody got into the letter and read it. So this book is sealed with 7 seals, which represent 7 judgments, a blueprint for end-time events, God's war plans. So, why was the book sealed? Now, in the 6th century BC, Daniel wrote, "But thou, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end." Now, that's God telling Daniel that to seal the book so people won't understand it. And that's the book of Daniel. The book of Daniel was not understood until the book of Revelation was written. The book of Revelation opens up the book of Daniel. And we'll probably get into that some later. Even the time of the end. Now here's the time of the end. This is good prophecy. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. That's the time of the end. We live in the time of the end. Many are running to and fro. There's never been a time in the history of the world when sometimes my wife and I'll drive to Columbia or Nashville. Just go there and come back with groceries. And I said to her, do you realize that if this was back in the horse and buggy day, which was the entire history of man up until the last 100 years, that would have been a 4 or 5 day journey, a hard journey, 4 or 5 days, 20 miles a day. Just going to Dixon would take you 2 hard days or 3 days to get there and 2 or 3 days to get back. So it's something you didn't do, but maybe once a year at that. It was bigger than going to Africa from here today. But we run to and fro today like never been before on the face of the earth. And just run down to Lobelville here and pick up a pizza. And if you were to had to walk to pick up that pizza, you'd had to got 3 so you could stop and eat them on the way home just to get back. I mean, think about many run to and fro. And he said, knowledge shall be increased. Are we living in a time of increased knowledge? I mean, back when I used to study before computers, I had these piles of books, and I would spend hours going through one book looking for a date or a quote or something. And now then I type it into Google, and I got 300 people just talking about it from every different angle there is. And I just make a click and transfer the text directly to my thing, or I look it up and I get video or pictures of it or whatever. If I wanted to know about the 7 churches of Asia, I used to have to go get a book and look at some little pictures in it. Now then, all that is available instantly. Knowledge has been increased in ways that it's exponential. I mean, it's like a million times what it was even 100 years ago. So that's the time of the end. And he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. Many shall be purified. Now, that's between Daniel and the end. Many will be purified and made white and tried. But the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand. But the wise shall understand. So wicked, that's a good way to find a wicked person. He's just stupid. Can't understand. So I don't understand the Bible. It doesn't make any sense to me. Wicked. So talking about the sealed. So here's the unsealing. And he said unto me, seal not, this is Revelation 22, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. He that is filthy, let him be filthy still. He that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. That's cold chills right there when you read that. I mean, that's so dismissive. What's he saying? He said that we've come to the end now. If a person is unjust, just let him be unjust. If he's filthy, just let him be filthy. If he's righteous, let him be righteous still. If he's holy, let him be holy still. You realize there's going to come a time when God doesn't care anymore. When he no longer tries, when he doesn't send angels to persuade, when he doesn't send preachers to persuade, when he doesn't work in your heart anymore. He says, you're filthy, you'll be that way next year, the year after, 1,000 years from now, 1,000,000 years from now, 10 million years from now, you're going to be filthy. You have cemented, you've concreted, you've scabbed over, you are what you are, and you'll never be any different. I'm done with you. But the righteous will be righteous still. We're all headed toward that time when we're in a fixed state. And some people in this life reach that place before they die. The Bible calls it a reprobate mind. It's when you reach that place to where you don't respond to God anymore. And you know, it's usually religious people that happens to more than not. It's homeschoolers, it's good people, it's teenagers, it's young girls and boys. Their hearts are hardened and they get to where they will not respond. They just reject God forever and ever. And then they move into stuff like approving of homosexual acts, of lesbian acts, start approving of queer acts, of premarital sex, of little drugs here and little drugs there. And they start approving of, and first thing you know, they're leftists, they're liberals, and there are no rules no longer. Everything is open to whatever you want to do, whatever you feel, do it, be it. And many of those people have already reached a reprobate mind that cannot be reached with the gospel. He that is filthy, let him be filthy still. Now, you can say, that's unjust. Well, that means you're already on the road to that state, if that bothers you, if that disturbs you. I like the part where it says that he that's righteous, let him be righteous still. I'm not greatly righteous, but that's the side I'm on. And so I'm looking forward to being righteous for eternity. Now I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the seals thereof. Open the book, loose the seals. So what we have here, when that book was opened, is the book of Daniel was opened along with the book of Revelation. He told John, don't seal this up except the thunders. The rest of it, he said, when people read this and understand it, he expected us to read it, he expected to understand it. He said there's a blessing on those who read and understand. So this 12,000 words that's in the King James Bible, the book of Revelation, is God's words given by inspiration, and we will be tested by it, tried by it, and it is our final word between now and the second coming. So we'll stop there and pick up again next week.